Folly has to control noodles like...
Where did she get her hands on that?
Keep charging us!
That's what my shield... Illuminate!
Void blast!
Radiant! Here! Illuminate the dark! Ammo! Come forth!
I'm nearly done.
Let me
Here I come!
A wailing banshee of lightning!
Searing gale! No! Can't end here! I owe you one! Double demon!
Illuminate blah blah blah!
Double demon fang!
Holy land!
No! Can't end here!
Thunderblade! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy land! Chain between heaven and earth!
Not done yet!
A wailing banshee of lightning! Here! Don't give up! Lightning condemned! Illuminate the dark! I'll heal you all!
Not done
Holy
yet!
land! Healing circle! Take care of...
Double demon fang!
I'll bring you back from death. Resuscitation! Look sharp! I killed it!
Void blast!
Lightning!
Searing gale!
A chain between here's a healing art! First aid! Healing banshee of lightning!
Double demon fang!
Radiant light! Here!
Dragon swarm!
I'll heal you all!
Explosive ray!
Healing circle!
I owe you one!
Lightning condemned! Thunderblade! Look sharp! Between heaven and earth!
Double demon fang!
A wailing banshee of lightning!
The flame inside me yearns to be let
That is
free!
your dream!
Now you've gone and ticked me off!
Look sharp!
Dragon swarm!
Illuminate the healing! Come forth! Holy glimmer! I'm on your
Double
left!
demon fang!
Igneous
Between
discharge!
heaven and earth!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Look sharp!
Dragon swarm!
Inferno Crossing!
Photon lightning condemned! Thunderblade! Illuminate the dark! I'm out of ammo!
Inspiration wave! Try on my
Here's a
turn!
healing art!
I'm not... Is this it?
Don't leave me! Illuminate the dark! Radiant here! I'll bring you back from precipice!
Lunar Pulse! Not like this!
By the power of flame! Finish without a trace! One.
There!
Illuminate the blah 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 magic! Holy land!
No! Can't end here!
Heaven and earth! A wailing banshee of
Light
lightning!
up the dark!
Resuscitation!
Let me out!
Here's a healing art! First aid! Seal! More with that hero!
Double demon fang! Double demon
A
fang!
chain between heaven and earth! Here goes! First aid! A wailing banshee of lightning! In here!
Going in!
I'll be ready! This way! A chain between heaven and earth! A wailing banshee of lightning! Sealed! By the power! More of the stop! Without a trace! Sorry! Explosion! No more playing not!
Not done yet!
I'll bring you back from death!
Double demon fang!
I won't give up!
No! Can't end... Here!
Will this help? A wailing
Not done
banshee
yet.
of lightning!
Double
Feel
demon!
it!
I'll smash you!
Knock it into next week!
No further!
I'll be saving Argentina!
Dragon Swarm!
Light astral energy! Where was that came from? One more!
Explosive!
Let
No.
the marksman handle
Can't
it.
end here!
There! Lightning!
Not
Here's
done
your
yet.
Inferno!
Double Demon Fang!
Lightning!
Double Demon Fang!
One
This
more!
should do
A
it.
wailing
Double
banshee of
demon
lightning! I'll heal you all! Feel! More for the healing
Double
circle!
Demon Fang!
Appreciate the help!
Illuminate the
Double
dark!
Demon Fang! You'll pay for that!
Between heaven and earth!
Voice!
Take that!
Is this it?
Healing lightning! I'll bring you back from death's abyss. More for the stockpile. Resuscitate astral energy. Where that came from. Here goes. Healing circle. I'll bring you back from death's
Double
abyss.
Demon Fang!
A chain between heaven and earth. A wailing banshee. Lightning. Sleep now.
This one's mine!
Double Demon Fang! It's come!
A new lease on life. Astral energy.
Double Demon Fang!
Now. Do it.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Lightning condensed.
Strike!
Hurricane
Searing Gale!
Radiant flare.
Lightning!
Away the energy of lightning.
Rising Phoenix!
Sleep now. Tornado.
It's gonna attack!
Right. Watch out.
Rising! Can't move!
Can't be happening. I'll bring you back from death's abyss. I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Sloppy!
Lightning to death. I'll heal you. A new
Stay away
lease
from
on
my
life.
friend!
By the power of flame. I'm
Double
ready.
Demon Fang!
An outstanding effect!
Explosion.
Double Demon Fang! Try harder! Not a chance! I'm not done!
Resuscitation.
Double Demon Fang! No!
Let me help.
It can hear!
Hurricane strike!
Nothing can
Illuminate the dark! Magic command! Holy Legend! Here's a healing order! First aid!
Thanks.
Try
A
harder!
wailing banshee of lightning!
You're mine!
Mine!
Here
Smash
goes!
you!
Slag Soul!
I'll be saving you!
Flaming
Try
Meteor!
harder! Not a chance!
Inferno Fury!
I'm bored all day!
Slag
I'll
Soul!
bring you back from death's abyss! Holy
Flaming
Legend!
meteor!
Between heaven and earth!
I owe you one.
A radiant
Try
line of
harder!
lightning!
Here! Take this!
Sleep now!
Strike!
More for the stockpile!
Can't move!
Afraid!
Light!
An
I'll
outstanding
bring you back from death's abyss! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glitter!
I owe you one.
Chain between heaven and earth! I'll heal you all!
Double
Wailing
demon fang!
banshee of
I
lightning!
won't give up!
You! Stay away from my friend! There!
I can handle it!
A new lease on life.
Double Demon Fang!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Reset. Tation. By the power of flame. Vanish without a trace.
I can't move!
Explode. In
I'll
here.
bring you back from death's abyss!
More for the top.
Primed and ready!
Blah blah blah. Magic.
Will this help?
Holy Land. I can do this all day. Healing circle.
I owe you one for that!
Radiant. Look here.
This should do it! Double
By the
Demon
power of
Fang!
flame. Vanish without a trace.
Void Blast! Searing Gale! Hurricane Strike! Can't move!
Why?
You back from
More
death
for
to
the
bit.
stockpile. Resuscitation! Holy land! Radiant
Not done yet!
Here, First aid! A
Dragon
whirling
Swarm!
of lightning!
Hurricane strike!
And a
Double
steel!
Demon Fang!
Lightning
Dragon
strike!
Swarm!
Saving
Nothing
this
gets
one.
by me!
There! No further!
Radiant up here!
I can carve through armor!
Here!
Strike! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
I'm ready to go!
Take the hits on!
Radiant
You picked the wrong fight! Stardust! Rising Phoenix!
Here's a healing arc! Sleep now! First aid! Confiscated!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Not done
Here
yet!
goes! Resuscitation! Came from healing
Double
power!
Demon Fang! Coyote
Heal!
Switch to offense! Igneous!
Is this it?
Thunderwall! Too much to handle?
You require a
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy land!
The enemy's on the rope! We've got him where we want him! It's time to end this battle!
through armor!
Resuscitation!
Looks...
More for the stockpile! Here!
Dragon Swarm!
More where that came
Is
from!
this it?
I don't have much left! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! How about
Resuscitation!
this one? Inferno! I'm out of ammo!
Double Demon Fang!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! I'm ready! Inferno!
Resuscitation!
That's better! Back into the
Still want to
fray!
fight
Double
lightning!
Demon Fang!
Here I go!
Go!
This should do it! Double Demon Fang!
Hurricane strike!
Radiant
A
Ram!
whirling banshee of lightning!
Try harder! My turn! Vacuum
Out of
Blade!
ammo!
Can't move! Interrupted!
Go get him! Illuminate the dark! Come
Igneous
forth,
Death
Holy
Ball!
land! Resuscitation! A chamber... Here goes! Help this!
Here's a healing arc!
First aid!
appreciate the help.
A chain
Double
between heaven
Demon
and
Fang!
earth! A wailing
Lay
banshee
the
of
guard
light!
down.
Feel! Time!
I'll... Zugos like that before?
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master core?
What the? Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zugos, then we get some answers. That will do. Not now. Is this it?
Don't give up! Seal! Healing circle! More for the stockpile! A chain between
this
heaven
one's
and earth!
mine.
Resuscitate the wailing Gantia waters in here!
Not done yet.
More for the
Double
stockpile!
Demon Fang! Incineration Wave!
Time for shot!
You're mine!
Holy Land! I'm out of ammo! Between heaven and earth!
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Try harder! My turn!
I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out then.
And miss all the fun. No way.
Healing circle! Lightning condemned!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Rising Phoenix!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Illuminate the dark!
Double Demon Fang!
Holy Glimmer!
Ignite!
Holy Land!
No further!
Damn it! A chain between heaven and earth!
Flaming meteor!
A wailing Gantia lightning!
Searing Gale!
Going in.
In here!
Hurricane flight!
More for the stockpile!
Dazzle
Chain
them!
between heaven and earth!
First aid!
A
You
wailing
can't bring it
Gantia
back from
lightning!
death to
Sleep
this.
now!
Flaming meteor!
Hit!
Diode.
More where that came from!
There!
Go get it! Illuminate the dark! I'll heal you all! Illuminate the dark!
Hurricane Flood!
Healing circle!
Searing Gale!
Holy land! Chain between heaven and earth!
I can carve through armor!
A wailing beauty of lightning!
Soda!
I'm out of air!
Rising Phoenix!
Hurricane Sleep now!
Devastation!
Orphan projectile!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down! Magic is there!
Searing Gale! Prepare to be seared!
Will this help? A wailing banshee of
Soda!
lightning! Healing
Rising Phoenix!
I owe you one of that.
Inferno crossing!
Here I come!
A wailing
It's too
wall
much.
of lightning!
Devastation!
Healing circle! Don't leave me!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Piercing roar.
Resuscitation!
Take this!
I'll be saving this on
Flaming meteor.
Not done yet!
Far enough. This one's mine.
Here I go! Help this wash and
Double demon!
there! One pile!
Black Bolt.
Devastation!
More where that came from!
Flaming meteor.
Devastation!
Thunderblade! Illuminate the dark!
This one's all mine!
Radiant Lunar here!
Devastation!
Holy land! A chain between heaven and earth! Downfall! There! A wailing banshee of lightning!
Headshot.
Sealed!
It's your turn!
Here I go!
Devastation!
Inferno crossing.
Is this it?
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Hit! Lightning projectile! Thunderblade! Illuminate the wall!
Not done yet!
Come forth! Holy glimmer!
My turn!
This one's
Holy land!
mine.
Healing circle!
No.
Blood
Down.
and
Can't
earth.
end here!
Now!
Lost. Get toasty.
Bird strike!
Lightning condemned!
Hurricane flight.
Thunderblade!
Lightning
Illuminate the dark! Come forth!
Lunar
Holy
arc.
land!
Not
Ready to
done
go!
yet.
Between heaven and earth!
Devastation!
A wailing banshee of lightning!
Devastation! Here comes the big one!
Switch to Karna.
You'll pay for that!
This one's mine.
I'll bring you
Switch
back
to
from
Ovid.
death's abyss! Resuscitation! I'll heal you all!
Not done yet!
Healing circle! I'll bring you back
I owe you
from
one.
death's abyss!
Devastation!
Resuscitation!
Devastation!
I've still got some fight left in me. Here!
Piercing
Illuminate the dark! I'm on the way!
Devastation!
Holy land! A chain between heaven and earth! Downfall! Here, let me help!
Double
Banshee of
demon
lightning!
fang!
Sleep now! Here I go! I'll be saving this one! Lightning!
Dragon
Lightning!
Sword!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Hurricane slump! Be saving this one! Resuscitation! Thunder! I'll heal you all! Ready to go! Illuminate the healing circle! Come forth!
Double
Holy
demon
land!
fang!
I'm gone! Chain between heaven and earth!
Thanks, Xion. Damn it.
A wild banshee of lightning! In here! Healing circle!
I owe you one.
Hurricane flight!
Soda!
Chain between heaven and earth!
Devastation! Rising
A
Phoenix!
wailing banshee of lightning! In here! Hurricane flight! Healing
Devastation!
circle!
I owe you one. It's on! Devastation!
Here goes!
Tiger blade. Lion prowl.
A wailing
Devastation!
healing circle!
Thanks!
Sleep now!
Smash you! On the ground!
Lightning
Bright
strike.
light!
Radiant
Here. Time to shine.
Radiant
mine!
here!
Lewis!
Radiant
Lewis!
here! Damn it! Out of
Double
ammo!
demon
Radiant
fang!
fang! One more! Lightning condemned!
Tiger blade.
Thunderblade! Illuminate the
Take
dark!
this!
Magic is there!
I'm not done!
Holy
Start
land!
up!
A chain between
Run it!
heaven and earth! Here's a healing art! A wailing
Devastation! Rising Phoenix!
Hurricane
Vacuum blade!
Lightning strike.
Incineration wave!
Holy land! All day!
Going in. Take this.
Radiant here!
Shield of faith.
Hurricane Radiant! Lightning strike!
Devastation!
I'm almost impressed.
High praise coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away. Between heaven and earth. Radiant
Incineration wave!
Damn it! In here.
Piercing
Fly
roar.
soul.
Incineration wave!
Here. More where that came from. Let me help.
You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
Holy land. It's about to strike.
Demons look sharp, everyone!
Seal.
there! Stay away from my friend!
You got from
train
depth
harder.
abyss. Resuscitation!
Double demon
Here,
fang!
let me help. I still got some fight left in me.
Here goes! Armor won't save you! In a vine?
This should do it!
Meteor!
There, heal. One more. Got you.
Searing
I'll
gale!
be in this one. I'll heal you all.
Denied!
Look here, healing circle.
I owe you one!
Too much to handle.
Devastation!
Tiger heaven and earth. Here, dominate the
Look
sky.
sharp.
I'm holy glimmer. Holy
Hold nothing back!
On guard!
Dragon Roar!
heaven and earth. Inferno.
Sorry, but this fight ends here! Go faster!
Now, Asuna!
Right.
Devastation! Chill!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Now it's just her! Faria, can you hear me? Faria!
She's preparing another summoning.
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case...
I'll take her off your hands.
You? Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, as for Faria, it's always the...
You don't seriously blame yourself for what...
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know, and the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almeidria. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to the...
Indeed. Ridding society...
You can't I know it hurts to hear. But those people are dead. Forgiveness, acceptance...
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep... Not for those already passed.
For those still...
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others.
That's what living's all about. Punishing yourself for the past won't make...
Only fixing the problem in its stead.
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim. Not for yesterday. And not only that, you need...
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve.
Shion,
Huh?
thank you. You have...
Glad to be...
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right? Let's move on.
Do you think Faria...
Certainly seem that way.
The same person who's behind all of...
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings...
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back.
It does tell us one thing, at least. Someone here...
There's no question.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon.
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known...
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us.
That power flowing into her. It reminds me of Shionne's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very...
I've never felt astral energy.
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, if so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so...
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure!
Cut it out, you two.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth...
Shionne's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are... And I think... they may be the kinds of truths I need to
I'm sorry about what I said earlier.
Finally, we begin to understand what the Thorns are.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way. Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind shit. I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happened, I just need a little time first.
That vision we saw. It was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do you make of it? Do you still think the...
Maybe it's trying to tell...
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from...
That's your grand theory?
Wait. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched? And what if those with a connection could then...
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether...
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is...
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in...
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent... Soon, I have to be ready to face it. I'm determined to save Shionne and Dana. Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out. This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
For the people of Lenegis, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams.
It's off limits even for lords, then?
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem...
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But whoever the Sovereign is...
Did no one ever talk about it when you were...
No, not that I can remember. Then again, Sovereigns and Forbidden Zones...
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority. Grounds of the one true ruler. That is what we believed this place to be. But now, it is finally time to discover this area's true purpose. I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records, by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Dahnan astral energy so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Dahnan. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign.
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the Master Cores. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait, I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique Adjustment Index, Generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
They've re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique Adjustment Index, Generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Volron? But that means...
He's only Sovereign because someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 Sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign, then who was it?
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a Sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
I'll do that.
So this is where Alphen became the Sovereign, and Volron as well. The significance of this location would suggest...
Hey, it looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
We should look through them. They might contain valuable information.
Only 2 Sovereigns. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? Was there really no other way?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. But it's strange. I've got...
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight.
Yeah.
That's right.
If you ever start to lose your way, you can count on...
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear.
Naori,
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Rena never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori...
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Alphen. That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all...
Yeah. If it weren't for her...
Now that you know how she felt,
She kept her... If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force... Naori was the one who put that mask on me. And made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course. After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Naori? What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse on to my descendants as well. Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just... Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or Was it the Dahnan voice speaking through her?
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here...
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Xion, thereby silencing her thorns.
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same...
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Xion.
It's possible?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time...
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope...
I know it's too early. Just hearing there's the slightest chance. Even though I know the world's still in great peril.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about...
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save...
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena and...
Yeah, we can protect the...
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to...
And they say modest...
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all... Now let's get moving, shall we? Thank you, Naori. So Naori sealed away the power that she stopped my rampage. But then, that power... I'm so sorry, Xion.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony, and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories...
is the reason for your curse.
The Thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself, and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out?
That's not going... I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. such a strange feeling. I know, and it's for my...
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you.
Good. I'll keep on fighting until our future is finally in our hands.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big...
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The ones separating the Renans from the Danans.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh?
You inherited that legacy.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding...
That's quite some door, all right.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the...
After everything we've been through to get here,
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for—
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys. Time to...
We're a long way from the residential quarters now.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this place...
Except the Dahnan Astral Energy...
in a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renin Sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange taste?
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries. Still, this isn't the sort of
Hold up, decadence?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it.
That depends.
The void that art fills isn't the stomach.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time I...
Now all we need is something to fill up the...
Shut up!